AskReddit, what inanimate object do you not get along with? Printers. They can sense your fear. As a former Reddit support guy, I can categorically state that all printers are angry robots that hate humans. My home one is a color laser that I got for £15 from a charity shop. Hopefully the fact that it's an abandoned one that I rescued should mean it's grateful for being rehomed and less angry. I actually don't understand that when you look at all the other technology that people use and how convenient and seamless they have become. Printers are still terrible. Jams. The one thing I tech support that I straight up refuse to support. HP, specifically. My arch nemesis. I've been working for a company that unpacks, sets up, and delivers printers for about 6 months now. Can confirm. They know exactly when you're having a bad day, and they will stop working straight out of the box. Fixing them is kinda fun though. Can't work. Install the device driver. Installs device driver not compatible. Install the device driver. But this is the right one. You're an HP LaserJet 4. Not compatible. Install it. No. I'm out tabbing. When I was in college I was trying to print an essay for class and the printer kept spitting out ASCII garbage. I drove to Staples and bought a new printer, smashed the old one with a hammer, and told the new one not to make the same mistake. It was the best printer I ever had. One color runs out, get a new cartridge. New cartridge doesn't work either. Clean print heads, nope. Okay. New print heads, no store has them anymore because the printer is outdated despite being a year old. New printer and new ink cartridges for only that printer. $200 edit based on experience. My last job was running and maintaining a $30K texture printer. Basically a $1,000 Epson print head with a Frankenstein built around it, so it could print of activated ink onto anything. Point was beautiful to work with until it wasn't. I had no training. Learned everything on my own, and it could take up to 8 hours to disassemble it to replace a ribbon cable that the corrosive ink would eat through. Point I hated that damn machine, but I now know intimately how printers work, and it's made my life with consumer printers a little easier. Does it being possessed by a demon mean it still qualifies as inanimate? The TV remote, you press a button twice, and it thinks you pressed it 100 times. You aim it at the TV, and it thinks you're aiming it at the window. I swear mine queues up commands when it's not pointed perfectly, and then when you finally get it in the right spot it just unloads all of them at once. Husband just replaced the bedroom remote about 3 weeks ago. This damn thing is like a bad hotel remote. He swears they are the same. I fracking hate this thing. Our granite coffee table. It likes to eat shins and kneecaps, and it doesn't budge a millimeter when it does so. Even if you just barely nick the corner, you're in for a bad day. I have permanent shin dents from it. Oh yikes, I felt this one. We had one in our terrace and my parents refused to get rid of it until I accidentally hit it with my face and got scraped up really badly. Sounds like a masochist or a table that has more power in the house than you. Bluetooth. Searching. Device not found. Refresh. Searching. Frozen. Hit Bluetooth off. Turning Bluetooth off. Bluetooth off. Turn Bluetooth on. Searching. Hid keyboard device. Pairing. Use pin 637,473. Yes, connecting. Unsuccessful. My keyboard is pretty old. My dad gave it to me when he got a new one. If it's connected, it doesn't show up in settings, but it works, mostly. More than half the time, it doesn't connect, and pressing the connect button causes my iPad to think it's connected, while not giving any input. Also, the on-screen keyboard refuses to disappear when my keyboard is connected, because my iPad doesn't think there's a keyboard. When the day comes that there is only one phone left on the market with a headphone jack, I will buy that phone regardless of any other features it may or may not have. Apple can pry my wired earbuds from my cold, dead hands. OMG same. My Bluetooth adapter sucks. I have to plug in, unplug, plug in, no telling when it'll connect. I love when my Bluetooth on my car says it's connected, but then when I go to play audio it won't connect. My other fave time is when I turn it on in the settings of my phone when I get in my car and it tells me I'm out of range to connect to the car Bluetooth while sitting in my car. Bluetooth is likely still at the stage that USB was when it first came out. A lot of people used to call USB plug and play technology. I fucking hate Bluetooth. Umbrellas. I hate carrying them around and prefer to have both my hands unoccupied. An umbrella chipped my tooth once thanks to the wind. Fuck umbrellas. I invested in a good raincoat and never looked back. I felt this on a spiritual level. I need both my hands ready and available. I hate purses and handbags. Backpacks. Backpacks all the way. I've always said, if it was socially acceptable I'd wear one of those joke umbrella hats. Spoons with different pattern with the others. It is so validating to hear someone else say that. Then having a fork that doesn't have the same pattern as the spoon. How do they get into my home? My silverware drawer. Such a cruelty. For the life of me, I can't figure out what this comment actually means. Is there an S missing somewhere that's throwing me off? My alarm clock. Same. I heard the exact ringtone I used as an alarm probably 8 years ago in a movie the other day, and a wave of panic hit me right in the face. Same here dude, I can never seem to wake up to my alarm clock and it's always so annoying to have it set for 4:40 am and wake up at 7 am like WTF I set you for 4:40 am, and I wake up with you not going off at 7 am. Latex. I'm allergic to it, even touching it makes my hand feel it's on fire. I have to be very careful not to touch it, and you'd be surprised the amount of things that have latex in them. Furniture, specifically the corners of furniture. They don't quite agree with my toes. As a girl with wide hips, it's not my toes that disagree with the corners of furniture, it's my hips. The corners of tables, countertops, even door handles all seem to have it out for me. My nemesis is the raised hearth of my tile fire. I broken the two littlest toes on each foot on the F***ing hearth. My mate put a bright orange traffic cone on it to prevent further harm. Happily/embarrassingly, that worked. My parents remodeled the kitchen when I was very young, and guessed what height would make sense for the hob sucky thingy. Well, I outgrew them both, and now I have to do all the chopping away from the hob because I have hit my head on the corner of the metal thing way too many times. Vacuums. I have such an unfound hatred for them. Are you nature? Vacuums that have that rolling part that you always drag into your ankles and that gets stuck on every corner. Especially when they don't have a rotating brush. Passionate hatred. That sucks, man. 100% with you on this. What should be a 20-minute job turns into an hour minimum, seeing as I end up taking it apart to find why it's not sucking up as much as it should. One blockage and several missing screws later, I'm vacuuming angry. Same here. They're just so obnoxiously loud and irritating. They never work as intended. And I've spent good money on some. There are off-brand Roombas on Amazon for around $150 and they are a life changer. I have a dog and my house gets vacuumed at least once a day with the Roomba and the hair is almost non-existent. Point, I have a Dyson pet vacuum but hate vacuuming. Now the Roomba does it every day and my house feels and looks so clean. I'm 28 and can't use F-Cling wrap update, AWW. Thanks for all the messages of support you guys, but I made peace with my incompetence a long time ago XX. I refuse to buy cling wrap. Every single time I've attempted to use cling wrap has been a failure. It makes me irrationally angry. I'm 31. They just don't cling like they used to, it seems like. Either that or I just woke up one day and couldn't use it well either. My mother-in-law taught me how to use it. I was 35. The trick is to tear it off, then put it on the counter and straighten it out. Then pick it up by the corners to put it on a ballpoint, or once it's on the counter and straightened out, you just plop your chicken breast or whatever in the center and wrap it up. I prefer this method. I wrap up portions of bacon so we can buy in bulk and defrost just what we need quickly. 2-person household. Couldn't agree more. 32yo. I'm a captain and I can fly 300 people across the Pacific Ocean no problem, but that thing gives me nightmares. Even with that trick of pushing in the sides of the box, I still fail every time. I'm 44, and that crap clings to itself, and not the ballpoint fuck cling wrap. That 1 teaspoon in the drawer that I dislike for no reason at all. Oh yeah, that little one that nobody touches cause it's too arrogant. That potato masher that always gets caught when I try to close the drawer. You know what? I just threw it out. And it felt so good. But I guess I broke a law of the universe, because now there is that one fork that's starting to annoy me. I'm really showing my age with this one, but landline phones. I hate hearing them ring. I hate the sense of urgency as suddenly I have dropped whatever the F I'm doing to go answer it. For some reason, not answering a landline phone was not an option. I just hate phones in general. ML is so nice, can't we just stick to that? You're an inanimate fucking object. I finally convinced my parents to get rid of hers earlier this year. It's so peaceful now. The other day I was watching an old to me TV series and a landline rang. I immediately felt a horrible surge of anxiety until I remembered it wasn't my problem anymore. Goddamn pencil sharpeners. I swear every time I use one the lead, I know it's not actually lead but it just sounds right, always snaps out, and it's so annoying. Sometimes I actually use scissors to whittle it to a point. 2 words, mechanical pencil. Pencil sharpeners are one of those things that left-handed people really struggle with, so I've been using mechanicals exclusively for 25 years. According to a drawing teacher I had who is still a working artist well into her 80s, poor quality wood is a reason that pencils don't sharpen correctly. The wood splinters easily, making it tear and break the core, while sharpening point most pencils are made with terrible garbage wood, even expensive products like Prisma-colored pencils. Once you use a pencil made with good quality wood, you can immediately tell a difference when sharpening. So, I know that doesn't help, just know it's probably the wood and not you. My Roomba point it randomly follows scheduled cleaning and it regularly gets stuck on a cliff for no reason, and then bothers me at work with texts pleading for help. It also has issues finding its damn base to recharge and gets wedged under that one chair. It is by far the stupidest smart home device I own. And I own dozens. My cousin gave it to me as a Christmas present, and I swear to this day that she knew it'd be a complete joke and frustrate me constantly. My mission for the next 7 months or so is to find something that seems great at first, but that will annoy the ever living F out of her daily, so I can gift it to her this Christmas. I'm open to suggestions. If your cousin has young kids, yell as voice activated spider toys. They move towards sounds and move faster the louder the sound. The screaming Roomba Michael Reeves built. Looks like a normal Roomba from above, but screams in agony every time it bumps into something. The fact that it texts you at work for help seems really cute to me for some reason. Does your cousin have kids? If so, get her child a doll that lights up and sings. And if I don't empty mine every few minutes, it gets full and just drives around without doing anything. OMG, I yell at mine all the time. It gets stuck in the weirdest places. You'd think it would learn to simply turn around and go back. Spider webs. It's so annoying when my face runs into one. I hate it when I'm walking in them because I'm not home right now, so leave a message and I'll call you back. Printers, me, has a black and white document printer. I want magenta me, but it's black and white printer. Fuck you, I want magenta. I changed my settings on the printer itself to only print with black ink. Otherwise, it ate through all the color ink to make black, and my black cartridge would be full. Laser printer. It's more expensive upfront, but it won't use color cartridges for a black and white print, and they're a lot less bulky in general. I recommend Brother brand. Sewing machines. They are my enemy. Okay, seriously, F bobbins. Can't wind them for shit. Super hard to put them in and get the thread to come up through the little hole. Always turn into a rat's nest for no reason. If I may give a piece of advice that I discovered by accident, it is that you need to purchase at least a $300 machine if you ever want to have a hope. Anything less than that is endless fighting point. I got so tired of my wife freaking out about her sewing machine that I bought her a $700 one, and it never had a problem. From that point forward, everything she sewed worked the first time. I will concede that that was way too much to spend. I'm on my third borrowed machine this quarantine, 4 if you count my own original broken one. Mine is a solid workhorse from the 70s that I can't fix, and the borrowed ones have all been light plastic pieces of crap with nest making bobbines. Friends have been so kind to lend them, but they're really not very good. Shower curtains. Especially the plastic ones. They're always all over me when I'm most vulnerable. Can't stop touching me. Won't stop, even when I tell them to. Fucking pervs. I read a tip somewhere that to prevent the shower curtain from suffocating you, leave the shower curtain slightly open on the side opposite the shower head. I leave it open about 6 inches or so, and it doesn't flow in trying to kill me anymore. Do y'all not know about curved shower rods? That foldable mini table. I swear it has a vendetta against me. Those things eat fingers. Area rugs, you step on them the wrong way and poof, it's fucked forever. Good luck getting it back in that perfect spot again. Get a mat for underneath. Yeah, I know, a rug mat? It will help tremendously. Worth every penny. Good luck. Noticing that the rug is a ½ inch further from the wall than the other corner drives me nuts. Mine like to migrate across the floor. I just nailed mine down, that crap ain't going anywhere. Fitted bed sheets. Although great while on the bed, they turn into bitches when comes the time to fold them and put them away. I learned how to fold them correctly while briefly working front desk at a hotel. Surprisingly easy, but it's hard to explain with just words. I'm sure there's YouTube videos on it though. Basically you tuck the corners into each other as you fold. The shower control point, the water temperature is either too hot or too cold. Can rarely find that sweet spot in the control setting where it's just right. Auto flushing toilets. Fuck those things. I swear they just want to splash water on my ass all throughout my crap, and then finally they decide to not flush when I actually need them to. Door knobs. Do you have perpetually greased hands? Did you know that licking door knobs is illegal on other planets? Motherfucking mannequins. Creepy F things. Everybody gangster until the mannequin ain't inanimate no more. I hate mannequins. I always try avoid them in the stores. This goes for poorly kept animatronics / mannequins at theme parks or museums. Hate those things. Gives me the creeps. There's a store that I pass on my way home every day that likes to reposition their mannequins way too often. Now I have to say I admire their creativity and dedication, but these mannequins ain't the type with an actual face and hair and everything on them. They're too damn real. So every time I've gotten used to the current setup, the employees change it up again and scare the crap out of me because I think there are people in there looking at me after closing time when nobody should be in the store. Anything I try to move Example, cardboard boxes will roll when I want them to slide, somehow become magnetic, and get caught on everything when I try to simply move them past stuff, etc. Whatever makes a simple task harder. Clothes hangers. They tangle into knots when I simply look at them. The sides of door frames. I'm pretty broad-shouldered and manage to bump into them quite often. Super creepy Alexa things, or whatever they're called. All of them. Amazon Echo. Google Home. Anything waist high in the kitchen that rips my headphones out. Also, headphones with cords. I run the headphone cords down my back, inside my sweatshirt. There's a single teaspoon in our cutlery drawer that's slightly shorter than the rest, and I have an irrational hatred towards it for no good reason. Dolls, do I have to explain? Cupboard doors that hit me in the head as I get up. We've got one spoon in our drawer that is different from the others. I refuse to use it. Either toss it or use it as a poop spoon. My shower curtain. I'll be minding my own business, and that fucker decides to reach out and wrap around my leg for no damn reason. God, I hate it so much. Dried lotus pots. Rolls of tape or toilet paper. I can never get it started without tearing the crap out of it and being wasteful. I have the opposite problem with the toilet paper dispensers at work. They are the kind that have a second roll sitting on top of the active roll. The second roll acts as basically a brake on the active roll, and when you try to pull off a strip of paper, it hangs up, and you tear off one square instead of 20. Walls, I run into the mallet. Umbrellas. For a short girl like me at 5'2" I make everyone around me blind. They also don't keep you dry. And are a general nuisance. 5'2" dude here. They don't work for me either. Maybe it's a height. My door that can't close properly. Pots and pans, they're just so damn loud. All I wanna do is eat an egg, not wake up the whole house. My computer. Jumbo office copiers. They are the devil. Get jammed. Print 1000 copies when you just wanted 10. Can't print labels. Horrid. 100% truth point. They also have edges that can cut you, and parts that are hot enough to burn you when you try to unjam the lost scrap of paper. Wires and cables in every way, shape, or form. Fuck M. Also cellophane foil. Ugh. Weed eaters. I don't mind weed eating, but I'm constantly trying to fix and start/restart the weed eater. My soldering iron. Long story short, absent-minded grabbed the wrong end. Alexa. Bedtime is a straight-up argument with an appliance at this point. Traffic lights. No matter what time of day, no matter what direction or route or road I take to get to an intersection with traffic lights, they will always be red. I drive to work around 4 AM. Sit at 75% of the lights on the way, and wait for no traffic going the other way. Wish they'd switch them all to blinking overnight. Self-checkouts. I was a checker in a grocery store at my first full-time job, but I cannot use a self-checkout to save my life. It seems like they are always beeping at me, or telling me that I didn't add something to my bag when I did, or making me weigh something 10 times. I'm infamous at my local grocery store. On the rare occasion I do try to use one, the checkout monitor comes over and does it for me without being asked. Roombas don't sit right with me. A radio. We just don't operate on the same frequency. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more. See you next time.